Let's go here. Sure, let's transfer. Did you see that now? Formicids can wield giant spike clubs or giant clubs. I don't know actually if they can wield giant spike clubs, but yeah, I saw that and it looked pretty interesting. Man, this character is something else. I really have no idea how this character hits so hard and is so, consistent. Take a look at this. I have 36 armor class, um, wearing this pretty good scale mail. Mm, 36-27 defenses. I'm also hitting really, really hard. Um, okay, that's fine because there's nothing to support you while I am paralyzed, and it doesn't even paralyze me anyway. But yeah, very happy about what this character has achieved. The power really is insane. And I don't know how much of that is the Halo, because the Halo gives you crazy high amounts of accuracy, so I haven't really been missing. It probably helps a lot that I went from starting weapon to +3 scimitar to +9 triple sword of protection. It really, really did help a lot to get such a gargantuan upgrade for my weapon so early into the game. Um, and a very nice thing is that I also have refrigeration. So not only do I have very powerful melee, I also have very powerful magic. Mm, yeah, 41 dexterity makes this character insane. Mm, Merfolkian Blade. Yes, it's a pretty good title. I think I want to win the game with this title because this title is fantastic. Did any of you stick to see the end of Particle Face's stream yesterday? Like the end of the character? Went pretty well. Though I think that a lot of people underestimate the power of Noxious Bog. Yeah, I think Noxious Bog is a fantastic spell. It's really, really strong for slime if you have Ignite Poison. Hmm. So yeah, I should do a character that uses Noxious Bog sometime soon. Okay, one of these guys has a Demon Blade. I saw that. Oh, Demon Trident. Um, no, Vorpal Demon Trident and Demon Trident. So no Demon Blades. Not that it matters anyway. I don't really care about any demon weapons. Not only does the Shining One doesn't like them, but I also have already a pretty beast weapon that completely sweeps the floor with any demon weapon that I was to receive at this point. Um, Oh boy, what is this character? And it only keeps getting better because, like, now I have 30, 37. It's gonna keep going up my amount of armor class. My success rate for Fridge is also gonna go up a bit. Though I'm probably gonna have to train a bit more spellcasting and a bit more ice magic to be able to comfortably cast it in my current body armor, which is almost guaranteed to be my final upgrade when it comes to body armor for the rest of the game. Wiki says that Shining One upgrades your weapon for +2 when you bless it. Yes, that is indeed the case. And you don't get to enchant weapons beyond +9. You can find weapons that are higher than +9, and you can receive them from gods, but you do not get to craft them yourself in any way. So that makes them truly special. Um, Pretty cool indeed. There's some people that do Mega 6, such as K9, for example, that try to go out of their way to amass enough, or like amass +10 or higher weapon of any weapon kind, just for funsies, just like for the sake of collection. When I did my own Mega Sig, the only collection that I did go out of my way to get pretty much is the Trident of the Octopus King. Though I did carry with me pretty much the entirety of all the on-run darts that exist in the game, or at least all the ones that I found. I think I may have missed one or two that I acquired like earlier in the game that I didn't carry for some reason, like in a portal bolt or something. Mm, okay, wow, my refrigeration is pretty nice. 4 dice of 14. It probably helps a lot that I now have 32 intelligence. Mm. Oh, let me step away from that. 38 armor class, and once again, it's only going up from that. Do I care about opening that? That's some pretty messed up stuff. Yeah, that's some pretty messed up stuff. This guy's actually kind of crazy. Mm, it's probably for the best that I do not go in. Cannot see all of the loot. Is that a ring, a Randart? Ooh, very interesting because I could definitely use Randart Ring of Cold Resistance. On the other hand, this is so scary. I think the correct thing to do is to just straight up not do it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Um, I happen to have a great sword of Holy Rat, so let's use that instead of these. Get over here. The only way to get over +9 is acquirement, God Gives, or Randarts. Or I think you can also get it from like cigarettes, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Like leaving aside the Randart stuff, I think, but I'm not sure that you can get like straight up +10 stuff off the floor very rarely, extremely rarely. Um, But yeah, it happens so rarely that it's not even worth considering. Anyway, that went really well. I only used very little cleansing flame. How hard do you hit? Oh, 60 extra cold damage. Okay. Hey, alright. Um, let's see what we got here. That's a pretty good ring. That's a fantastic ring. I'm glad that I did this. That ring fixes all of my issues for the rest of the game. That's how good it is. Um, It was 100% worth it to do that. Look at these beautiful resistances. And it also gives me 6 intelligence. That ring couldn't have been any more perfect than it is. It is crazy how good this ring is. Insane. It's like if I had the ability to make my own artifact, I probably would have made something like this ring. That's how good it is. You remember talking with PF about it forever ago, and I think he said they show up in places that pull from the acquirement table, so like tropes. Now that you mention it, I think I do remember tropes once getting a +10 or so normal weapon of a trope. It's funny how like they're normal weapons, they're not artifacts, but they're significantly rarer than like highly enchanted artifacts. I find that pretty funny. Wow, I can't believe this guy didn't step on the trap, the alarm trap. You gotta be grateful for the small blessings. Oh, hold on, what happened? Did I get blinked or teleported upon going downstairs? I did. Okay. Your surroundings suddenly seem different. I was fighting under the impression that I was on the stairs. I'm gonna take one hit from the Minotaur, or from the Jog. It should be fine. Oh, I didn't. Alright. Hey, alright. What's the highest plus value of a random melee weapon? +12? I think so. That sounds right. I don't think I remember ever seeing anything that's higher than +12. That is not like something special, like Wormbane or Garen Gimbal. And even Garen Gimbal is +12. Anyway, that ring was truly a blessing bestowed upon me by this video game. I'm gonna throw Kirari at you before you kill me. If the Rakshasa copies the Juggernaut, that would be really bad. This guy's not even slow. What's up with that? Okay. I'm glad that the Rakshasa didn't copy the Juggernaut because that would have been very, very nasty. You know what? The one thing that would have made this incredible ring better, like the only thing that could have made this better would be regen. Yeah. If I had made it myself, I would have had it be exactly as it is right now, but also have regen. But that's pretty much it. Wow, that ring made my refrigeration go up to 4%. Insane. I wonder if I should level up strength on my final level up. Maybe that will impact my success rate much more than increasing anything else. Commerce rating 10 and I have 11 strength. Maybe I'll do it. I'll do it if I remember and if I get to experience level 27, of course. Merfolk time, huh? Yeah, it was Merfolk time yesterday. Right now we're just finishing up the Merfolk. It's such a strong character. I am astonished at how strong it is. It's not lacking anything. It really is not lacking anything. It just has all the things that I could have wished for. Mm. It hits so hard too. I have no idea why it hits so hard, but I have a damage rating of 75 with that, with my pretty much unbranded triple sword. I have to say that I'm a big fan of the 31 armor class that I have. 39 if I use Osokubu's armor. 39 with Osokubu's armor. At this point in the game, it's crazy um, how good that is. Lots of very nasty dudes here, but fortunately I am ridiculously strong and I'm just doing this bot like it's nothing. Mm, there we go. Um, Yeah, this character has just had so much good loot. It's this amulet is nice. The ring is pretty nice as well, like the one that I just got. The other ring is also really, really cool. Double willpower is exactly what I needed. I went through a significant part of the game without having willpower. This is okay. It's no downside. Just like four okay things. So I would never take those gloves off. And then like the scale mail has so much stats as well. The hat is like the weakest link here. It's just a hat of resistance to electricity, but it's my only source of it, so I'm not gonna complain about it. Yeah, it's just all pluses, and it's been like that for so long. And even before, I was feeling really strong, but like I think the game preemptively senses that I was about to not be so strong and decided to shower me with absolutely insane loot. Oh, I am doing a Meteoran. I am doing a Meteoran where I just like explore and fight things that I probably shouldn't be fighting at this amount of HP. Since I have so much resistance, I think I should be fine when it comes to killing that leech. Mm, yeah, playing so much Meteoran can mess up your ability to play normal crawl characters that don't heal like crazy over exploring a bit. Okay, perfect. 38 intelligence helps. Yeah, 38 intelligence helps. Though, even with that, I still don't have that much spell power. As you can see, 50% on Fridge, 40 armor class with Osokubu's armor. I'm having a blast with this character. That's the best way to put it. I'm having a blast. This is a kind of character that that illustrates what I like about Kroll. I think the reason why I like Rift Wizard so much is because you can achieve very high power levels in Rift Wizard while still remaining a very threatening game, a very like challenging game. In Crawl, when you get really really strong, it is kind of easier, but it is still not free to win Crawl, right? Like I could still make a string of mistakes with this character that would end in me being killed. So I should probably try to avoid that, of course. I should also train a bit of dodging and a bit of spellcasting as well. Mm, and a bit of evocations. Um, but I'll train evocations after I train my other stuff, if it gets to that point anyway. How many runes am I shooting for? I think I'm just gonna go for 3 runes and end, because if I was to go to extended, I'm not gonna end extended tonight, so I would have to leave this over the weekend. And not only that, but I am also like this character is not really built to for going extended. It lacks a lot of things and a lot of experience to be able to go to extended. It is a really strong 3 rune character, but I don't know if it's a strong enough extended character. Funnily enough, despite the fact that it is a worshipper of the Shining One, you would expect that to be more than enough, but it's not really the case. Oh, you have cold resistance, no wonder. Yeah, I was like, why is Sojobo not dead? But that would be why. Anyway, I hit really, really hard, so Sojobo ends up dying anyway. Yeah, extended with melee is pretty rough. This could turn into a mage of sorts, since I am casting a level 7 spell at 4% chance to miscast. It is not unreasonable to be casting level 9s in my current loadout. My current loadout has like resistances that are good enough to be able to just win the game. But the thing is that I put a lot of experience towards being able to use this sword, and I do not regret it, but doing that kind of thing kind of is not very compatible with going for extended. Mm, because in standard, melee as a whole is not that amazing. You would rather just be hitting things like the entirety of the screen really, really hard with things like Firestorm or other level 9 spells. Everything with melee is usually tough these days. That is correct as well. I agree with that assessment. Anyway, I mentioned it yesterday while I was going through the early parts of the game, but yeah, what I have right now is so much more of a warrior mage than any warrior mage start. Mm. This ring is so interesting. If it only was a hat, if only it was a +4 hat instead of being a ring. But yeah, pretty good ring. In fact, so good that I think I should carry it for the rest of the game, just because it is that good. I'm not gonna put it on. I like my loadout as it is right now, but it's a pretty good ring nonetheless. Doesn't deserve to be forgotten by history. It can live forever in my log. Um, you go extended with melee with Mr. Fighter Shining One, just get blown up at Crypt? At Crypt? At Crypt. That's weird, because Crypt is not that difficult. I already did Crypt with this character. In fact, I did Crypt before getting my third rune, because Crypt is so free. Mm, as a worshipper of the Shining One. Oh, Tomb. Yeah, Tomb is messed up. You should not go into Tomb firsthand. Even as a worshipper of the Shining One, Tomb is best left as the final rune. Um, okay, two Draconian Annihilators. Very scary, but I do have File of Lots, so I can just shoot them with that. 40-36 defenses. Pretty good. Yeah, the character is in such a good state that I am not particularly afraid of anything. Though, of course, large battles of attrition, such as this one, can be nasty, especially when you get hit for 45 past all your evasion. That also can be quite bad. Okay, that didn't kill the Annihilator. I was hoping for that, since these guys don't have the highest armor class. But I have 14 Ice Blast that I can proceed to use against these guys. This is the first game where I could have gotten the new variations for Wand of Acid, but I got Wand of Acid. I've gotten extremely small amounts of charge of acid in this game, like very few charges. Mm. Tombs would be easier than Hell since it's literally called Hell? Nah, Hell. Tomb is the most messed up part of the game, easily. It is the part, like, I had a bad death in a tournament in Tomb 3 like a year ago. It was in the tournament that was a year ago. And I didn't go for Tomb for quite a while. Like I had my bath dead in like 0.27, I think, and then there was a Hot Hells rework, and I did Hot Hells twice, including Pandemonium and Abyss and everything, but I just didn't do Tomb twice in a row. It took me several months to want to go do Tomb again. Ash is really helpful for Abyss with portal detection and partial mapping. Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. Noxious Bog, but unfortunately we are not really doing that. Mm. I wonder if Merfolk can swim in Noxious Bog. Sounds unhealthy. Mm. Pretty good amulet. Mana regen, resistance to electricity, 2 pips of resistance to negative, resistance to corrosion, -3 intelligence, unfortunately. Um, but I don't. I'm not gonna put it on. I like my current amulet a lot. Manual of Longblades. At this point, I pretty much could have written that myself. Um, I should buy it. I have so much money. Where did all that money come from? I guess that's what happens when you have such a busted character that you don't want to buy anything. You just end with crazy high amounts of money. Um, yeah, some pretty decent spells right there. Of course, being Depths 4, we don't particularly care about pretty decent spells because at this point my build is kind of set in stone. I'm already doing what I'm already doing, and I will not really get any more than what I currently have. Um, you listen to my tier guide for species and gods on your drive to work today was good info, as you just started a month ago. Um, First of all, thank you for the support. I am glad to hear that you enjoyed it or that you found it useful. And with that being said, do keep in mind that those are pretty much my personal opinions based from what I have personally experienced when I'm playing the game. Your playstyle may differ greatly from mine, and so your experiences may be widely different from mine. For example, just to name someone from the community, Oneirical likes cats. Oneirical pretty much only plays cats, and I'm always astonished at the idea that someone enjoys playing cats because to me it's torture. Yeah. I think last time I won a cat, I literally got paid by someone in the chat to do it. Thank you, Rithrin, if you're watching right now. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support. Um, so yeah, it's like that bad to me. It's not something that I would do myself, but some people really enjoy suffering or something. Um, so they probably will enjoy playing a cat a lot more than I would. In fact, sometimes I mention the hypothetical antithesis of me, like my evil twin, so to speak, that hates conjurations and loves summonings and playing cats and just being miserable while playing the game. But yeah, that's definitely not me. You get it. It was just nice because you didn't even know what they all did yet. That's part of the reason why I did that, actually, because I figured that, like, Crawl has so many things. Most of my content on YouTube that is not like gameplay is designed to like expose a new player, like a least experienced player, to the thoughts of someone that has already played with all of those things, so they know kind of roughly what they do and how they kind of work and that kind of thing, you know. Mm, so I'm glad to hear that it has the desired purpose, or like that it fulfills the desired purpose. Um, they did they let Formsit use giant clubs again? Yes, they did. Um, I was there as part of the conversation, and I did say that I agreed with that change. Yeah, if you want to know about changes in Crawl, it's as easy as just being in the Roguelikes Discord. If you pay attention to the Roguelikes Discord, to Crawl, you will see a lot of discussion for potential changes. That's how I know stuff much earlier than pretty much everyone. Like, I heralded the removal of Deep Dwarf and Meteoran and Hot Hells and the Necromancy changes. All of that comes from being in the Roguelikes Discord. Um, you check the subreddit from time to time. The subreddit has some lag because things get posted, and I don't think that a lot of people from Reddit use the Discord. The Discord is like the most hardcore community. It's like it has a sizable amount of depth on it, and also very experienced players such as Dilly, Dinky. Um, Lightly whenever there's something new. Like you can be sure that Lightly will appear to play the game whenever there's something new and fancy, and then Lightly will promptly proceed to disappear until something new arises again. Okay, I don't think I want to fight Parkit. Maybe I could use an angel. Okay, let's throw a net at Parkit. Oh wow, no, 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 we're not doing this. Not today. Not Berserk Park Hit. That's so messed up too. I had so little turns um to do something about it. I tried to throw a net and it missed Park Hit and it hit the Moth of Rat and then the Moth of Rat just Berserk Park Hit and now I'm fighting Berserk Park Hit. This is so messed up. Do I die here? I actually no, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I die here. Um, I'm not sure of my survival. That's what I'm trying to say. Mm, hmm. How do you have a lot of willpower? I'm gonna try to throw a net again. Okay, it hit the net. That's enough. That's all that I needed. Now I can just blink away and run for my life while I wait for you to not be Berserk. I was actually thinking about trying to fight Parkit, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll summon some angels and stuff. And then Parkit got Berserked. I'm gonna re-teleport. I think that I should be able to teleport. Yeah, even though it's a sub teleport that lasts like forever, the status effect lasts forever before you actually teleport. But I had enough time because I was retreating into a part of the level that I had already completely cleared. That went well. Okay. Oh, I am Berserk. Okay, I guess everyone is Berserking here. Fortunately, I'm really, really strong when it comes to melee, so Berserk is not as much of a debuff to this character as it would be for most of the characters that I would normally play. Um, Blink Blink teleport. One Blink was fortunately enough. I went for net, sidestep, blink, control blink, and then teleport and ran for my life. And it was a good way to preserve some consumables. This character has barely used the scrolls of blinking in the entirety of the game, and by extension, it has a decent stack of them. I didn't find Park Hit. Park Hit kind of disappeared. Mm, no idea where Parhit would be, but I'm pretty sure that there's no more mods of Rat, so I could fight Parhit in a honorable 1 versus 1, but I think I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. Even if I was to fight Parhit, I would probably use something like Angels, lots of Angels. Okay. One downside of being a worshipper of the Shining One is that you don't really get to become invisible to avoid losing all of your mana to ghost mods. But it is definitely more than enough compensated for by all the upsides of having the Halo. Not every day you get to be a proper battle mage in any game. Yeah, I'm actually like a battle mage. Like I'm just meleeing or pressing refrigeration, and it's working extremely well. Yeah, I was just talking about earlier how like this is so much more of a battle mage than anything that any warrior mage background could hope to be. Mm, and it is strong. It's not like bad at either magic nor melee, just because it's a warrior mage. Though I do have to say that it is kinda a specialist. It's not a jack of all trades like most of my characters are, or most of my spellcasters. It has only refrigeration as like a spell that I would like to use at this point in the game. I guess it also has also Kubus Armor and Ramparts, I suppose, but I don't think I should be casting those right now. Refrigeration is like the heavy hitter. Um, yeah, also the melee that I have is insane. Who would have guessed that hitting things with 41 dexterity and a triple sword would make it deal that much damage? Mm, yeah, certainly not me. I really was thinking to myself, hey, I'm probably gonna have to upgrade my weapon eventually, or like rebrand my weapon because I am using protection, right? And protection is kind of bad later in the game, but no, it's definitely not been the case. I can do extremely well um, as I am right now. Mm. There's a lot of mods. Yeah, lots of flying things for some reason. Uh, Nasty spider bolt in SOT. Fortunately, I do have refrigeration, so that makes it very quick and very easy to get rid of all these spiders. Mm, I don't even have to go for a full clear, but I am doing it regardless because this character can. It's a really strong character. The only thing that it is missing for me to want to go for like extended is at least one level 9 spell. I often don't want to go into extended if I don't have a level 9 spell. Mm. The shield, well, we have already bypassed the part of the game where shields were at their most relevant. That is not to say that they don't do anything in extended, because they do a bit. They can definitely protect you and reduce the amount of damage that you take from some pretty messed up monsters like Reapers, for example. But yeah, like a shield is not gonna do a lot against all the damnation and torment and firestorm and smites and nasty things that will inevitably float around extended. Um, of those who are here, have you ever seen, like, who has not seen extended? Who has never seen extended? Just like out of sheer curiosity. Mm, I'm not gonna do extended with this character, but I do have plans to do a Meteoran that does extended in the near future. Um, I have so many resources. It really is astonishing. Like, I have two weapons that are fully enchanted. I still have 6 scrolls of enchant weapon, 6 scrolls of enchant armor, wearing fully enchanted gear or artifacts. It's a really strong character. Mm. You've only been to Tomb yourself, but you watch my crazy demigod game. Oh, that was a crazy demigod game indeed. You are correct. That was a crazy demigod game. Mm. Well, I guess we're training evocations now, as I mentioned, and I guess not that, because I don't want to lose my title. 22.1 and 22.1. Same goes for evocation. No, evocation can be at 12. I think I would like to have 22.1 invocations if it gets to that point, but it is unlikely. Mm. Extended runs hurt so bad if you lose it. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't do extended. Also part of the reason why I have a very good win rate for my characters that do go into extended. I only go into extended either when I'm playing a tournament, I'm trying to do some silly tournament challenge that I wouldn't do if it was not a tournament, or when I am sure, like actual sure, that I am going to be able to beat extended. Other than that, I don't really go into extended. Okay, unfortunately, I wasn't able to kill that Stormcaller. Do I have Poisonous Vapors? Because Poisonous Vapors could help here a bit. I have Toxic Radiance. I also don't have a very easy time casting it. Do I know of Poisonous Vapors? No, it doesn't seem to be the case. Alright. Well, I'm not a big fan of that bolt, obviously. I think that bolt is annoying. I don't know. I no longer think that it is just a digging check. Fortunately, I think that like you can actually do it if you don't have digging, but it is still very much easier and less annoying to deal with if you do have digging, as you just saw right there. So from listening to all of that, in order to learn spells, it seems you'd recommend starting with Jin. Yes, I would recommend starting with Jin 100%, because Jin removes a very important part of why people have issues learning spells or like are so dissuaded by the spell system in Crawl, and that is the massive amount of decision paralysis that comes from having so many spells, right? Like take a look at this, right? I have so many spells with this character, and you don't know which ones are good and which ones are bad and which ones might be good but not well suited for what you're doing with your character. With Jin, you don't have to consider any of that. You don't even have to consider skilling. You just turn on spellcasting and go with what you get, and that helps for you to like figure out cool combos with otherwise very random spells, and also helps you figure out which spells you like and which spells you don't, and which spells you only situationally like. So yeah, Jin is literally perfect for people to learn how to play spellcaster. Perfect. The slam dunk in terms of design. Mm. I think all of the species, including Palentonga, have been pretty good in terms of design. And the only reason why people don't like Palentonga is because Palentonga is very weak nowadays. It needs a bit of a buff. Like I've mentioned in the past that it has bad armor class, it has bad evasion, it has bad HP, and it has bad aptitudes. So it just has too many bad things. And people don't like to play things that are bad like that. They like to play the good things. So if it got a bit of help, it would very easily become a player favorite. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Unfortunately, I don't think it's gonna happen. You don't know of Gosak 15 rune game where you bribe nearly every branch and two floors, two fighters of the Shining 115 rune. No of Gosak 15 rune game. Did you do a cigarette in that one? That bolt is obnoxious, yeah. Alternatively, we have LRD, you can blind shot all of those monsters in the cages. Yeah, like, there's magic makes that significantly easier to do. But yeah, not all characters have magic. I guess most characters can get poisonous vapors. Maybe I should make it like a um, a point to have poisonous vapors on pretty much every one of my characters and to use it pretty much exclusively in that bolt. I'm gonna need some a corridor here. With a corridor I can win this easily. This character is so strong, dude. Look at this ridiculous thing that I'm doing right now. Look at that, it's so insane. Why am I dealing so much damage? This character doesn't have any business dealing this crazy high amount of damage. For my species guide, you're trying Vinestalker. They seem like they can be good melee eventually. Oh, I have a Vinestalker game that I did for the last tournament. It was in February. It should be labeled as a Speed Demon 3 because I got Speed Demon 3. I also got some other achievements during that character. That character was so powerful as well. Mm. Yeah, I look forward to the tournament because look, you can do all those spicy runs on your own, but it's not the same if there's no tournament. Um, During the tournament, I stream a lot more than I often do um, if there's no tournament. To begin with, I stream once per day, even on weekends. So if you have never seen my stream during a crawl tournament, you can look forward to the large amounts of content that will come from that. Um, and then after the tournament, I'm gonna start doing this every tournament. From now on, I'm gonna make like the tier lists, species, backgrounds, and gods. It's gonna be updated every version, I think. Mm. Yeah, that also like has a bit to do with the fact that those are by a mile my most viewed videos on YouTube too. So yeah, like better give people what they want, right? On contrast, my gameplay videos are not really that consumed because like on one hand it's kind of understandable, right? Like it's very long videos, though the entirety of them have commentary, so I think they're pretty decent enough videos, and I only post the cool characters to begin with. I don't post all of the characters. This is not looking great. Nah, never mind, this is fine. Okay, now we haste, and we might. Didn't really have a lot of those. Also resistance. We can kill this so easily. By the way, this guy has a 2% chance to petrify me. It's not gonna happen. Is there a date for next tournament? Not yet, but it's usually 6 months after the previous tournament. And since the last tournament was in February, you should expect it sometime around August. Mm. Imagine a Merfolk casually walking into an alarm trap on purpose on SOT 5. I don't have to imagine it because I just did it. This is fine. Yeah, lots of leeches. Leeches are actually what I want to see because they serve as HP mana regen here, thanks to the Shining One. Yeah, you regain 14 HP. This thing is about to die. You regain 6. Okay, the Fiend is scary. Fiend is scary, I have to say that. Lots of leeches. You regain 22 HP. Lots of leeches still. Who summoned you? Okay, yeah, that guy is a bit too far away. What if I just use Foggle here? That's the correct thing to do, I suppose. Mm, Breaks line of sight of the Fiend. Makes it so that I do not get destroyed. This is ridiculous. You can remember having a character that could deal with that pack so simply. Mm, I have to say that I got really lucky. This character wouldn't really do as well against 8 Orbs of Fire. And all of these Leeches could have been Orbs of Fire. Leeches are exactly what I wanted to see here. They're perfect for my character to fight against because it's really easy for me to kill them thanks to me being a worshipper of the Shining One, and I also heal and gain mana from killing them, so they're really the ideal thing for me to find. Um, Killer Clowns and Orbs of Fire, those would have been bad, but the Leeches are free. Yep, that was very easy. I did buff, but it's understandable to buff after against such ridiculousness. After all, wow, there's still more. Okay, hey, all right. Okay, there's still more. Lots of leeches here, but I have a lot of cleansing flame, so I can just continue using that. Um, oh, I'm out of mana. I need 5 mana to be able to use cleansing flame, right? Hmm. Okay, the Dread Leeches are scarier than the Ancient Leeches. Since I have so much evasion, I don't think I get hit by a Crystal Spear. And I also have resistance to acid, so yeah, that went very well. Look at my HP. I'm pretty much at full HP after getting tormented and everything. Though I only got tormented once. That would have been very nasty if instead of getting tormented only once, I would have tormented. I would have been tormented 3 or 4 times in a row. Then that could have gotten very scary. But it didn't happen. And since it didn't happen, it was very easy for me to beat this. We are going to read Fogu here. Yeah. Is there a command to get your HP to show up in the command lines? You have to use a script in your RC file. Let me get you my RC file. There is, yeah, in case you want to copy the damage calculator. I did say that I wanted strength. Wow, I leveled up strength and I gained 2 evasion. My refrigeration also went to 1%, but that probably has something to do with the fact that I'm training ice magic. I'm actually just gonna turn on invocations now, but I'm about to win the game. I'm pretty sure that I already killed everything. Sometimes I have so many issues with SOT 5. Very clearly not today. How much damage is this dealing now? 4 dice of 16. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, this must be the first time that I use Protection Brand for so long. I never won the game with only using Protection Brand, but I have to say that I have a positive outlook on it, on such a massive weapon with such a massive dexterity stat. If I had 41 strength and I was using like, let's say a giant glove of protection, I think I would have had pretty much the same result. You need to fix your RC file at some point. It still has control, blink, and haste in it. I think mine does as well. You can always just comment those things out. So I guess we just pick up the orb and win the game now. Yeah, sure, let's do that. Okay. Okay, there we go. You don't have to do that, but it is a way to make this faster. Well, I am a worshipper of the Shining One, and this is a Panlord without armor class, so I guess I have to kill this guy, just like to make a point. Beautiful. Very easy to kill that guy. I don't think I'm gonna kill Park Hit because Park Hit is pretty difficult. But everything else that comes to me in the orb run is very easily killed. Do I have Passwall? Because Passwall would be okay right now. Doesn't seem to be the case. I at least do not see it here, but I have digging, so I can just use digging. Hmm. Oh boy, I'm just exploding things like crazy. And that wasn't even with the triple sword, it was just the Holy Greatsword. But I think sticking to the Holy Greatsword is the correct thing to do, since it's gonna deal damage to pretty much everything in the orb run. I'm gonna fight this Hell Sentinel, I'm not afraid. Um, I am mildly afraid actually, because the possibility of damnation, like a sequence of several uses of damnation, is very scary all the time. With any character, you can die if a monster just decides to use damnation 5 or 6 times in a row. Mm, okay, there we go. D1. Am I standing on the exit? This is a staircase leading down. I want to get to the exit. You won with protection, but only as a stat stick in a mage's hands. No, this is real protection. Got the Abyss rune. Um, yeah, I was never able to go into that trove. I had only 4 potions of resistance by the game's end, and I ended up using 1 in SOT 5 once I marked myself, so only 3. Anyway, this was a beast of a character. Very, very powerful character. I think if I had really wanted to, if I had more time, I could have gone for extended with this character, though I do not seem to have Polar Vortex. No, no Polar Vortex, so that's a big red flag. No Polar Vortex means that I would be going into Extended without a level 9. I think I did have Shatter. Um, no Shatter? Firestorm? No Firestorm. Okay, no level 9s. That's an issue. It's not unsurmountable, since after all, I kinda do have a level 9 already in the form of Cleansing Flame. It only is even able to compare itself to a level 9 for like extended for Pandemonium specifically. But yeah, it's pretty strong there. It deals so much damage to those guys, and since you are a worshipper of the Shining One, you just like have all the piety in the world because you gain so much piety from exploring and from killing stuff there. Um, so yeah, pretty strong character. Had a blast. I have nothing else to say other than too late on that ring. Um, and now let's get out. Let's go ahead and win the game. Next on our list of characters to play is a Formicith that is using a giant